If you saw our last video, you'll know that we just moved house. Now that is the third place that we've lived in since being in Australia in only a month.
Yeah.
And I think that qualifies us to be able to talk about a popular topic here in Australia, how to get a house. Because it's very difficult for working holiday makers like us to find somewhere to live. So we're going to run through a few key points that we think will help you if you're looking. So first off, just some key sort of words and key things to know about living here. Bond means deposit. If you're from England, we call it a deposit, they call it a bond. Most places will ask for 2 to 4 weeks bond, so about a month's rent basically. Rent is pretty much always done in weeks here, so they'll do their weekly rent and you'll pay weekly.
Because at first we were so excited, we'd see places.
Yeah.
And just assume that price meant for the month.
Yeah.
Whoa! But yeah, it is normally always by the week.
Yeah, so bear that in mind when you're looking. Also bear in mind that a lot of landlords are going to want you to have a reference from a landlord in Australia.
Yeah.
Not something that's very common in England, I guess, but that is something to bear in mind here. The way we got around that is when the first place we moved into was an Airbnb. So obviously you don't need a reference to book an Airbnb, but you can then use an Airbnb as a reference in future places.
Yeah.
So that might be a way to go about things. Alternatively, if you do know someone who lives there, who already lives in Australia, you could always use them as a reference and things like that. There's ways to get around it.
And failing all that, I guess, if worse came to worse and your landlord, for whatever reason at the Airbnb, wouldn't provide you a reference, you could maybe suggest that they read through your reviews on Airbnb or booking.com just to see what your rating is and prove that you leave places clean and tidy.
Another thing that I think really helped us out was knowing about minimum stays. So some places are going to require you to stay for a month, 3 months. The first place we moved into, we managed to get somewhere where the minimum stay was only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that meant that we could take the place, even though it wasn't absolutely perfect, and keep our eye out for something better and have somewhere to live in the meantime, because we knew that after 2 weeks, we only had to give a week's notice as well. Notice period, another thing to look into when you're moving in somewhere. Yeah. How long do you need to give before you can leave? Because you don't...
because it's so competitive here to find somewhere that when you do want to leave the place you're at to go to the next, the landlords will quite often say, how much notice do you need to give? And they'll probably just go for the person that can move in the soonest. So yeah, really important.
Yeah. So the part that I think a lot of people will have probably clicked onto the video for, how to actually find somewhere to stay, where's a reliable sort of site or things like that. There's loads of different options out here. Airbnb is obviously one. It's we only chose to stay there for 2 weeks, and we booked that when in England, so we had somewhere to land and head straight to. But in the Airbnb we were staying, it was basically like a hostel with private rooms, or like a share house.
It was, a share house.
So people had been living there for months. There was one couple that had been living there for a year. So that is a viable option. You can make a deal with the host of the Airbnb.
It does tend to be, I guess, like at home, more expensive than if you just arranged a share house before you got here, maybe.
But equally, with one of the people we lived in the Airbnb with worked to make her rent cheaper, so she cleaned the rooms. So she cleaned our room when we left and stuff like that. So there's an option. Some of the websites that we looked on that we personally didn't have success, but from what we know they're legitimate websites, is Roommates, Flatmates and Flat Finder.
Either Flat Finder or Flatmate Finder.
Flatmate
I think it
Finder.
is Flat Finder.
We spent hours looking on there. We found that places don't come on to those websites so regularly. There's a very good reason for that, and that is that the leading place that we think to look for houses is Facebook. Yeah. Facebook groups. We just, as soon as we cottoned onto that, we just joined them all.
And I think there's more chance of finding a private place, if that's what you're looking for, on Facebook, because that's where people more seem to post the granny flats or the studios.
Granny flat is like an annex, with a little house in someone's garden.
Not just for grannies.
Not just for grannies, just what they call it here.
Whereas on Flat Finders and Flatmates, it's more rooms in a house share.
Yeah, depends what you're looking for, I guess. We've done both, but so Facebook, the recommendation would obviously be so we're living in Perth, there's different groups for different places. So we joined the Perth one, we joined a Fremantle room Facebook group as well.
Can we link them somewhere? We could link them somewhere.
Yeah, we'll throw loads of links down in the description
Just
that you can check out.
Easily add yourselves to them.
But yeah, so when you join a Facebook group, instead of just waiting to see listings, what we found gave us the sort of the biggest chance of finding a place. We posted a picture of both of us, like a status in the group, a picture of both of us looking nice and friendly.
It's a bit cringe, but
and
it
then
works.
Just did an introduction, what we're looking for, who we are. So where did we come from? What are our jobs? What are our interests? What we're looking for? How much we can spend.
Yeah.
Now it's optional whether you put that, because you never know. If some people know that you're willing to pay more, they might bump it up a bit. We don't know that for a fact, but that might happen.
Lots of people do they don't put how much, like what their budget is, but they say DM me.
Yeah, you will get loads of comments and DMs and stuff from one post. We put a status up in like 6 or 7 different groups, I think.
Yeah.
We both did it. We did it multiple times over a few weeks.
It was quite overwhelming actually, and the only frustrating thing is you'll put the location that you need, whether that's just somewhere that you like or whether it's close to your jobs or anything.
Yeah.
But a lot of the comments, I think people that are maybe more on the outskirts of the city are desperate to find someone to fill their room, and a lot of them actually aren't anywhere. Like some of them were a 4-hour drive. Or another thing as well, which was really helpful, I think, because of all the competition at the moment for housing, and there's so much saturation every day on those Facebook chats. There's so many posts, maybe 20 or more posts, all from different people saying what they're looking for with their pictures and everything, so yours can very quickly get lost. So we started off posting, maybe we posted up to 3 times over the course of a couple of weeks in the chat, just to keep our message out there.
Yeah.
But when we weren't, we were still looking through the posts at people that had similar requirements to us, so couples maybe that were looking for private spaces, similar budget, and then look to the comments on there. Because if a landlord's only just recently looked or refreshed their feed, they won't see yours anymore, but they might see someone with similar requirements and then make a comment and say, message me, I think I've got something that's suitable. So then I would message them from someone else's post comments, not to hijack. I always said, like, if that person isn't interested, we would love to come and see it, this is who we are, here's our post from the chat, and link them to our profile. So that's also really another way just to keep on top of things and make sure you're not missing out on any potential listings.
And then obviously the final way that we found to find somewhere to live is to do the traditional route and go through estate agents. You tend to get a property on your own. You do tend to get properties that are unfurnished, so it's not maybe the suggested route to go down for people on their working holiday visa who are only here for a year, 2 years. They don't want to have to buy loads of furniture because we're not living there for the next 10 years, and you've got to get rid of everything after and stuff like that.
And that was the same for us, I think, especially because we're planning on living somewhere here for 6 months but then leaving to travel, so it wouldn't really be worth getting all that furniture.
Exactly.
But if you did find a really nice flat that was unfurnished, they have such a great culture here of leaving furniture, fridges, everything on their front lawns. So, and you can just go by, quite often it has a sign saying it's free.
You could just drive around some neighbourhoods and pick up a house pretty much. So that is an option if you want to do that as well. But as Phoebe said, that would then tie you into minimum stays that are a bit longer, like 6 or 12 months. So the next point will be things to look out for. We came across scams, people who are preying on us lot who are moving out here and innocently don't really know what's going on or how things work. So there's a big sort of housing, I wouldn't say crisis necessarily, but in the summer people flood into Australia like we have, looking for places to live.
It's peak season really, so we came at a difficult time anyway.
So it becomes really competitive to find somewhere to live. People make money off of that by scamming people. So the main one that we found was on Facebook, and it was people asking, basically playing on the fact that oh, I've got like 10 people who want to view this property, I can't show you until Wednesday, but if you pay a deposit now before seeing it, then you can secure it.
Plus,
yeah,
the pictures for those kinds of places tend to be
they'll always be in
beautiful
an
as
amazing
well, so it does make you
location,
think, "Oh,
spotless. It'll never
But
be in
it's
a house
fake.
share either. It'll always be on its like a sort of standalone room. But
and
yeah,
it's such a bad, there's scammers, there's also bots, because quite often as soon as you put a post on those Facebook group chats, there's already 3 to 5 comments that
Yeah.
are just like, oh, check this link. So there's also the bots, but there was even, it is a really widespread issue, because there was one landlady who didn't want to send Danny pictures of her property. We had to go view it in person basically, but it was a little bit out of the city, so we decided not to in the end, because it was a long way to go without really having
Yeah.
seen what we were going to go look for. But because the scammers will then take the photos off of all these Facebook posts.
So she was worried
And then
that if
use
they
it
were
to
using
scam
her
people.
photos, that people would then come across her actual listing and think, well, I've already seen a scammer use that, so I don't think it's real.
Yeah,
Basically.
it's really sad, and it's also tricky. I know we've spoken about this a little bit before. We do completely understand that we are also here making the housing situation even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also equally as bad in England. It's really, really hard to find somewhere. Obviously, a lot of people also want to settle in the UK, but we're really grateful to be here, and yeah.
A few more little things to look out for is, are bills included? Doesn't always say, but make sure you ask. They're not going to be totally expensive here if you're sharing, if you're in like a house share and things like that, but obviously that's going to make rent more expensive,
Per
so
person,
figure that out.
It's sort of estimated up to $25 a week.
Yeah.
So for us, $50 a week, which is 25-ish pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, really not too bad.
Yeah, also worth checking Wi-Fi. In our last place, the Wi-Fi was really bad.
Yeah.
Didn't reach our bedroom, so if we wanted to connect to the Wi-Fi to edit videos and upload and stuff, you'd have to do that in shared spaces. Not the end of the world, but something to look out for.
We did just post a video,
Yeah,
and it took how long compared
about 8
to
minutes.
before?
It was just rapid. Our
And
new
in the
Wi-Fi
last
is
place,
brilliant.
it took 3 hours,
Yeah.
sometimes more, or it would just keep failing. So
Yeah. So yeah, look out for that if that's something you need
just
in your
the
life.
little things. If you're working from home especially and
Yeah.
need the internet, then of course that's really helpful.
And if you are coming from England like we did, and especially if you're coming soon, it's going to get very hot. So air conditioning.
Yes, or
Phoebe
a fan.
made a really funny observation that we've not seen a radiator yet in Australia.
No,
But make sure you've got aircon in your room if you feel like you're going to need it, obviously. Pretty much every place has a window with a fly mesh over it. So you can leave your windows open and not get bit into shreds, but yeah, it's nice to have aircon or a fan or something.
yeah.
We're definitely grateful that we've got that now, because we didn't have that for the first month of living here.
No, and we did also feel like it's another thing where people say, tell me you're living in Australia without telling me you're living in Australia,
Yeah.
because we went to buy a duvet set earlier because we needed one for our bed. And when we unpacked it, there was the sheet, the pillowcases, and then we went to put the duvet in the duvet cover, but it was just a single-sided sheet, because
Yeah.
obviously it gets so hot here. Maybe most duvet sets are also just top sheets.
And I guess a little bit of an obvious one, but if you're choosing to stay somewhere that's slightly out of the city or a town or something like that, and you don't have a car like us, make sure that your public transport's good, not just linking you everywhere you need to go. Make sure that it's running for the times that you need it to. So we found that some buses after 7-8 p.m. will start becoming hourly.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you finish a shift at work and you finish, just after that bus, waiting for an hour in the dark, a little bit bleak.
Which we've done.
Yeah, we've been there. And also, how far is the bus stop from you? If you're moving loads of stuff, 20-minute walk might not be ideal for you. But yeah, just check on things like that, and how regularly do they come throughout the day, because most buses here in Perth at least are every half an hour, unless you're in the city, which is
Yeah.
quite a long time. Like in London, where I'm from, you get the bus that comes every 7 minutes or something like that. It's a little bit different, so if you're relying on public transport, do just be diligent about that and double check.
And factor that into your costs as well.
Yeah.
It seems to be relatively like low budget.
Yeah, it's
if
about
you're living in the CBD, they're free.
I think it seems to be from one end of the line to the other, it's going to cost you about $4 each,
Yeah,
£2 or something like that.
£2.
Not super cheap, but equally it's not outrageous.
And you will need, there's a card that you get, like a
That's for
Transpass
Perth, yeah,
card,
yeah.
and you use that on all the buses and all the trains as
Yeah.
well.
I'm
Just
sure
remember
that
to tap on and off.
I'm sure every city will have their own similar.
Yeah.
Bit like an Oyster card if you're from London.
But you can't tap with your debit card, but you can pay with cash if you have small coins
In Perth.
in Perth.
Yeah, it might be different in other places. So, to summarise, it sounds like it's going to be really difficult. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Try and get somewhere to live immediately. Maybe you do what we did and find an Airbnb or a hotel, whatever suits your budget.
Yeah, I think as long as you expect it to be a bit hard, because we didn't,
Yeah,
and we arrived and we were thinking in our heads anything is going to be better than the
Yeah.
situation in the UK right now, but obviously it's a cost of living everywhere,
Yeah.
so we were a little bit
immediately
naive
it
to
can
that.
hit your morale a little bit. You think
Yeah.
you're not going to find somewhere. If you spend a week solidly looking, you will find somewhere.
Yeah,
Like there's loads of people looking, but there's also loads of places, and if you're looking harder than most people, you'll find somewhere.
yeah, for
And
sure.
then I think the biggest recommendation would be if you find somewhere that ticks a lot of your boxes but not all of them, I would take that place. If things haven't looked so positive and you've been looking for a week or two, take the place, like maybe hoping that it's on like quite a short minimum stay, and just keep looking for other
Yeah.
places. When you already have a place, you're way more relaxed and you'll find that people will come to you. Like the place that we're living at now, someone messaged us because they saw our post from ages ago and they wanted us to move in. We weren't actually actively looking because we already found somewhere to live. So yeah, it might not be the perfect place, but you still get to live in Australia. You're still going to live a pretty cool life.
Yeah,
Give it a couple of weeks, you'll find somewhere to upgrade to, and that's kind of how it works, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you did enjoy that video, as promised from when we were talking about how to move to Australia, there's a few points that we probably missed out from that video because that was a bit more of just a quick overview. But yeah, hopefully this was a little bit of a deeper dive. This is everything we've found anyway. We spent a couple of weeks making notes and trying to think of what we wish we knew, I guess, before we came.
And this is obviously relevant to mainly Perth.
Yeah, and to 2025, you know,
Yeah.
things might change. But yeah, best of luck if you are looking.
Yeah,
We are
good
going to
luck.
do a separate video on jobs as well, because we both had a bit of luck finding jobs. We found multiple jobs in multiple different ways. So maybe that's the next video you guys need to watch. We'll make it very soon. But thank you again for watching, supporting, trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe if you're not already. But thank you
Can
for
I
watching.
subscribe?
You're not subscribed already? The
We'll do it
cheek
when
of
we
it.
get home.
Okay.
I didn't know I had an account till the other day.
Well, there you go. Subscribe, leave a like. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.